win that game 5-2 early in the season. The Giants will skate left to right, and their black alternates. Puck is down. We're underway. Vancouver skating left to right for this first period. On the forecheck is Joe Iginla trying to fight and hold it inside the Red Deer zone. It will come out instead to Cohen Lodge. He lost it. McCloskey for Vancouver will turn away from him at the Vancouver blue line. Nice cross-ice feed. Here's Areskovic down the left wing looking in front, and he just missed Tomik. Brigley will punch it out for Lodge. Caught on the back check by Iginla. The Giants get the puck back. Middle set inside. Points back, correct. They entered the day tied, but Regina won in overtime earlier this afternoon against the Moose Jaw Warriors. Tomik will carry in off the D-zone faceoff when then he's hit hard by Chichkin, and it's flipped in by Red Deer. In on net. Pine tried to play it but mishandled it. Sharp in the corner. Now Areskovic will try and play it up the left wing. He's got Iginla, and he just missed Tomik. Puck to the Red Deer blue line. Chipped out by Chichkin. He'll have to try again as Tomik will one-hand it down the wall. Here's Areskovic. Stops up on the wall. Looks to the middle, and the pass hopped over the stick of Iginla.
I like the play. I did. I think Areskovic read that really well. They weren't ready for that.
Chichkin up the left wing. Backhanded deep by Sopiars of Red Deer. Pine has to be careful behind the net. He will get away from trouble there. Sopiars will hold it in the Vancouver zone, though. Smacks it back in behind the net. McCloskey for the Giants on the puck. Up the right wing, deflected out by Iginla. Olsen looking for it. Now Chorney will spin and fire it deep. Lisi, near corner, will bank it to the far side. Yelowaga. And now chipped up and out down the right wing, now to the middle. It's carried in one-on-one to Witt, trying to dangle around. Waiting patiently behind his own net. Giants trying to get their breakout set. It is the top line. Areskovic, Tomik, and Iginla waiting up the offensive blue line. Here's Tomik. Stick handling his way to center, and he's forced to dump it in and go after it on Alexei Chichkin, who's a Vancouver product. He wins the puck, tries to dump it up the near boards, but Middlestead will hold the zone from the right point. Throws it back into that far corner. Chichkin with Areskovic coming. Banks it up and flipped up the middle to Varga. He'll spin and backhand it deep from center ice. Pine leaves it for Crosby Matejchuk, just 15 years of age. Stretches it up to Holowaychuk. And he'll get a stick on that to negate the icing. Giants on the forecheck, far corner. Yelowaga up the boards. Kuzma will play it back to the middle. Now Chichkin, left shot defenseman. 6'5", 221 up the middle. Good pass. Brigley off the glove. It's loose and hopped over the stick there. The Red Deer forward, Cohen Lodge. That will allow the Giants to come back out to center. Olsen bumping with Lodge. Trying to chip it down the far boards. It is in the Red Deer zone, not deep though. And the Rebels will get it back to Chichkin. Yelowaga up for McSwain. Now Olsen breaks it up. McCloskey. Giants can't get it cleanly, and Lodge will flip it back into the Giants zone. Bill, all of a sudden the shot's on goal.
Some of these guys got wonderful power in their sticks to check.
D-zone face-off on the blocker side of Pine. That stick battle there won by McCloskey. He'll flip it up to center. Dumped back in by the Rebels. Giants need to change this momentum somehow. The shots are 9-3 for the Rebels. Kelton Pine has been busy early on. As it's held in the zone, Lodge looking across off a Vancouver stick out to center. Chichkin will throw it back into the Giants zone. Red Deer tags up quickly. They're in on the forecheck. McCloskey will feed Skok, trying to step up to center. Did he get there? No icing. Dribbles in Chichkin, trying to backhand it up the far side. Held in the zone by Areskovic. Flips it down low. Joe Iginla behind the Red Deer net, trying to center. That's blocked by Brigley, the 20-year-old captain. Will play it out for Lodge. He'll barrel away to center. Tried to chip it deep, blocked by the Giants in front of their own bench. And now it comes across the ice for Chichkin, and he will be able to rip it in from left to right. Chorney with pressure coming. Give it away. Varga behind the net, steals the puck. Skating along the outside, and a shot on the short side. Stopped by Pine, rebound to the corner. Kuzma up to Chichkin. Across far side, Yelowaga will step in right circle, trying to move to the middle, and a kick save from Pine. Two Rebels were open there, right in the slot. Chichkin from the blue line, that's blocked by Areskovic. Red Deer has to tag up as a pass from Chorney misses Holowaychuk. It's in
British Columbia, and you're listening to White Spot Vancouver Giants Hockey on Sportsnet 650.
Welcome back inside LEC, home of the Vancouver Giants, the Langley Event Center, where the Giants and visiting Red Deer Rebels tied 0-0. Here's Tomik entering the offensive zone down the left wing. Got it back, and he wristed it just wide. Right point held in by McCloskey. A 0-0 score right now, but McCloskey fans of the shot. Yaremko trying to make it a breakaway. Skok trying to catch him, and a blocker save from Pine on Tyson Yaremko, who got the shot away just in time. Skok now behind the net. Took a hit, but he got it to McCloskey. Oreskovic in his own zone is hit by a pinching defenseman Chichkin, and the Giants just dribble the puck out to the neutral zone. Joe Iginla's on it. Now Tomik will dump it in. That was a much-needed save from Pine, but again, he's too busy right now. 12 saves for Pine. Still 6 minutes to go in this first period. 0-0. Looking for Yaremko. He could not handle that pass. Middlestead takes over. And look for Holowaychuk. Chichkin will step up instead and play it into the Giants zone. Middlestead chops it up, looking for Chorny, held in by Red Deer. Spun and fired deep by Anderson. Matejchuk feels pressure coming, leaves it for Olsen, near corner in the Vancouver zone. And it's intercepted, a centering pass in front from Red Deer, and they couldn't get a shot off. Olsen will break it up. He'll find Chorny now, cutting his way to the middle, carrying out to center, snaps it in. Matejchuk will peel back. He thought about going after the puck. And now turning back behind his own net is Brigley, the 20-year-old forward for Red Deer. 2:20 to go in the first. Chichkin to Yellowwaga. Up at their own blue line. The Giants trying to cause a turnover, and they do. Oreskovic off the skate of Iginla and just went wide of the net. Now Brigley up for McSwain. Flips it past Sharp. Brigley going after the puck. 1:45 to go in this opening period. Iginla trying to weave his way through traffic. Nice move in left side for Tomik. Slows up as he turns back to the blue line. Tomik across. He's got Regal. Fires it on goal. Iginla looking for the loose puck, and it's covered. 40 seconds remaining in this first period of play. McCloskey deep in his own zone to Middlestead. Back to McCloskey. Far corner, and he lost it as a backhander high over the net from Beckett Hamilton. Right corner. Now to the high slot. Sopiar's kicked out by Pine. Pops back to Chichkin, and a stick save from Pine. Directs that into the corner. Hamilton knocked down by Middlestead, and Giroir will flip it out. Can't connect with Oreskovic. Yellowwaga will back into the Vancouver zone as the Rebels are just onside. Poked out by Giroir. 10 seconds remaining in this opening period. Pass off a stick into the air. Lands on the stick of Middlestead. Now Oreskovic with 1 second to go down the right wing. Vancouver 16 first period saves from Kelton Pine, and hoping that his Giants can get a little more offense to help him out in this period as Joe Iginla weaving his way into the offensive zone on the left wing. Nice drop feed. Tomik left circle off a stick and over the net. McCloskey will pinch up. Right side boards knocked down to the ice, and Chichkin will work his way out to center. Cross ice, good stick from Skok to force the Rebels offside.
A little bit. They default to, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with it. You defeat the whole purpose.
Here's Tomik carrying his way in on the left wing. Oreskovic trying to center. It's behind Iginla and Tomik. It was off a stick, and now Brigley the other way. Lodge will flip it in deep. Gets it back in the left corner. Tried to center. Good stick from Oreskovic as the Giants worked their way out and lost it at center. Slap back in by Yellowwaga. Pine will leave it for Regal. Rebels forwards changing. One thing to keep an eye on in the second period is that bench change as the Giants give it away. Beckett Hamilton will carry his way in on the right wing. Driving wide behind the goal. Varga still with the puck up to the left point. Yellowwaga on the right side. Now Varga from the blue line, and he's smacked that one wide. Right corner. Now Kuzma to the blue line. Yellowwaga.
Own zone, and the onus is on you to win this thing if you're a Vancouver Giant.
And they do get it as far as center, but it's snapped back in by Red Deer. Matejchuk with pressure coming from Kuzma. They'll reverse it behind Matejchuk. Now back to Matejchuk. He's got free ice. He works up the right wing. Joe Iginla will carry into the offensive zone. And stolen by Chichkin. He'll flip it out, but that will be an icing on the Rebels. 16.
When you got that discrepancy between talent, and yet they can play on the same team on the same ice surface.
The Giants do in the ozone draw. Iginla on the near side boards tried to throw it to the net. It was blocked by a stick. Tomik now collects. Left circle. Now to the Oreskovic.
He's, I'm sure, talked with his team about you got to get at least one win out of this road trip because it's going to be tough up in Prince George as well.
Tomic double teamed on the near boards in the offensive zone. Oreskovic trying to help him out, dig away on the half wall. Oreskovic checked by Lodge, but he got it back to Joe Iginla, and the puck will just dribble out to center. Shot back in by McCloskey. Pressure from Iginla. Cuts off the near wall. Just overskated by Oreskovic, and it's lifted out by Red Deer. Skok to no one in particular, and Yellowagga will take it. Chichkin up the middle. Brigley ran into traffic, but got around Tomic up the middle. 3-on-2. Lodge right circle, and off. He's scoring 5:14 into this period, and they have a 1-0 lead. He was just going to the net. The shot hit him, and it deflected. I think a double deflection in the end. Past Kelton Pine. Giants just had a good chance from Pura, who now is on the puck at center. His pass missed Paulinchuk. That is crazy.
Yeah, it's you know, they left with that 6-3 record in their last 9 games, but this is a tough division, man. BC division is tough.
Oh yeah.
4-on-4, first time in his hockey game.
And remember, 4-on-4, the Giants allowed a goal yesterday to Kelowna. They've allowed 2, but
yeah, they did. You're absolutely right.
Here's Olsen with speed in the offensive zone right side. Forced to the corner, angled off by Chichkin. Joe Iginla has the puck. Behind the net, trying to get away from Yellowagga in front, and Olsen was tied up, tried to kick it towards the net. Couldn't get his stick down, yes.
Chichkin stayed with Olsen right from the corner all the way to the front of the net. He never lost contact with him physically and actually broke that play up.
He's a 20-year-old defenseman, Chichkin, 6'5", but as you said there, he can stay, he can move and maneuver as needed. He's mobile enough to be very effective.
That was just a great defensive play. I can see why that kid's playing on that team. You have to have that kind of strength as a defenseman. Bring that to your hockey club.
Chichkin now in by Red Deer. Middlestead with pressure coming. Matejchuk just lost it in the near corner to DeWitt. Looks to the high slot. Missed Sopiars. Held into the blue line by Chichkin. Back in behind the Vancouver net. Giroux at the far wall trying to chop at it, and he will get it to Oreskovic. He'll hustle out. Caught on the back check by DeWitt. Red Deer gets the puck back. 7:05 to go in this second period. The score is 1-1. The only meeting of the season between Red Deer of the Central Division and the Vancouver Giants in the BC Division. Middlestead in his own zone. Couldn't quite clear. Yellowagga. Shot blocked. Tomic racing after it. Trying to beat Chichkin to it, who leans on him. That could be interference or holding of some sort. Iginla tried to drop it for Olsen, and it'll be chipped out to center. So you see the skating. It's night and day with Tomic.
Yeah, he's moving. He's moving his feet, and he's got a good stride.
Flipped up to the line just past McCloskey. Giants have to tag up. Under 6.5 to go in the second. Score remains 1-1. Tying goal from Brett Olsen on a power play, his 10th of the season. Sopiars to center. Tried to flip it in off McCloskey's glove. Now Brigley.
I said earlier that Matejchuk was on the ice with a Iginla, a 4th or 6th overall pick in the NHL draft. I had the wrong Iginla.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Well, the other one played last night here in this building as well.
I just looked at my note. I said, are you serious? Did I really say that?
Teej, of course, as you said, yes, drafted by the Utah Mammoth. And Joe is draft eligible this year. I know he's going to go 6th overall, but
yeah, exactly.
He will be selected, I'm sure. Giants break it up in the slot. They force it back to the corner in their own zone. Troney trying to stay with Yellowagga, who pinches. Lost the puck. Oreskovic gave it right back to Anderson in the slot, and Pine makes a save. Rolled off his arm. Swatted to the far boards. Giroux now for Chorney. As he'll start out to center. Chichkin steps up on him at center. Oreskovic's stick was lifted, and it's played back into the Giants zone. Matejchuk back out there.
Go with it.
Head up.
All right.
Leaves it for Middlestead.
Let a 20-year-old take it. I like that.
Olsen to the middle. Chorney now will rip it off the post. Rebound. Matejchuk swing and a miss. The puck bounced on him. Matejchuk will hold it in the zone. Right circle. Tomic will load. Cross ice for Olsen. He was on his backhand. Back to Middlestead, and he snapped it wide. Matejchuk, far boards, offensive zone. Holding on to the puck. He'll leave it for Middlestead, the 20-year-old.
Face off so important. 1-1 game.
And Middlestead can't clear on the near boards. Kuzma, one last opportunity, shot blocked. And now from
any way they can. I think this Red Deer team probably has to be
feeling the
saying,
pressure.
you know what, I mean, we got to get a win here is what they're thinking.
And the Giants do start the third on a Freedom Mobile penalty kill. Skok was handed a roughing minor at the end of the second period. So the Giants do start by clearing it down the ice. Red Deer right now in behind their own net. Almost gave it away. Areskovic in front of the backhand, and it's kicked out by Condro. I've been thoroughly impressed by the penalty killing ability of Jacob Areskovic, who really did only a little bit of that last year and so much this year. Been leaned upon, especially since Halliburton was traded. Puck dumped in by Red Deer, trying to retrieve it against two Giants defensemen in the near corner. And they work it up to the left point. Yellowagga, they're set up. Across the ice, Anderson will find Brigley, leaves it on the far boards. Hamilton on the right side. A bad angle shot, and Emma right back in, forced to dump it around from left to right. Olsen trying to break it up in his own zone in the far corner. As Mikes gets it, flips it down low for Anderson. Sharp has a good hold of him there at the far corner. Chorney as well there in battling for the puck defensively. McCloskey trying to fish out the puck from skates. It'll be shot up to the line. Yellowagga holds it in, but gave it away to Chorney. Vancouver may have a 3-on-2. Chorney up the middle. He was left for Areskovic, and he fanned on the pass. Tried to go down low to Chorney. It'll be flipped up and out to center. Regal right back in. Olsen from the right wing, and he snapped it high and wide on the short side. Regal will hold the zone. Olsen, far boards for Chorney. Chorney will spin and rip it down behind the net. It'll come along to the right side for Areskovic. Areskovic again couldn't get good wood on that, but Chorney's here. Chorney, right corner, trying to stop and start. Tried to leave it for Olsen. Olsen has the puck. Trying to get away from the checking there of Mikes, and it'll come out to center. Uremko will flip it down into the Vancouver zone. Tomik back for it in his...
And go for the win, both teams.
Yeah, probably pretty soon. We got 14 and a half to go. Another icing from the Giants.
There again, I mean, I don't want to say...
The last 8 have not scored more than 2. Now Paulinchuk hustling down, trying to wrap up his man Yellowagga on the far boards. Oh, and he's going to get called for holding.
Ooh, I don't often complain about refereeing.
Oh.
Grant that. Have a look here. Number 8, Vancouver Giants. All right, he's got position. I don't know. The referee's pretty close. He's right beside the play.
Beckett Hamilton leads this team with 16 goals, 38 points. Drop feed for Varga. He'll pick up steam, flying down the right wing. In front, Yellowagga, and he scores. A power play goal off the rush from the Rebels, and they do indeed take a 2-1 lead with 13:09 to go in the third.
Yeah, and again, you don't often see a ton of success on the power play off the rush. Usually it's something that's got to happen inside your own zone after you get possession, but that's moving pretty good. You see, you make that drop pass to a guy in between the hash marks in front of the net, right there. I don't know how he gets a shot away.
Both teams get fresh legs on the ice. Hamilton's still out there for Red Deer. He'll drop it back to Varga. Speeds up right wing. He'll get across the Vancouver line. Varga. He'll take it down low. Pass out front in the slot. Yellowagga. Shot! Scores! Nate Yellowagga! Power play goal on a perfect pass from Calder Varga. And with 13:09 left to go in period number 3, the Rebels take the lead. It's 2-1 here in Langley. Varga entered the zone up right wing, going full speed, dropped it off to Yellowagga, who was all alone in the slot, and he makes no mistake for his 6th goal of the season, his 3rd power play goal of the year. And the Rebels regain the lead at 2-1.
Take that space away.
Still time. 13 minutes and change remaining in this third. Giants have tied it once. They're going to need to do it again. Puck at the Red Deer blue line, off Regal and down into the Giant zone. Tomik leaves it in the corner. Regal for Chorney. Backhanded out here, Sharp. Giants trying to make it a 3-on-2. Sharp's backhand pass way too far for Tomik, but he cuts off the far wall. Trying to settle it down, holds it in the offensive zone, lifts it in behind the Rebels goal, and given away right from the slot. Iginla fired off a body.
Attention, scoring correction on the second goal of the Rebels, scored at the 6:51 mark of this third period. Goal scored by number 7, Nate Yelawaga, on the power play, his 6th. Assist to number 14, Calder Varga, make the second assist, number 21, Beckett Hamilton. Yelawaga from Varga and Hamilton. That power play goal, 6:51, period number 3.
Olsen picking up speed, gets around one forechecker, continues along down the left wing, trying to cut to the high slot. He was caught from behind. Mikes, and now it's cleared out. Knocked down at center by Sharp. Looking for Olsen in the middle. Joe Iginla dodges a hit. Olsen in on the left wing. Tomik has some room. Holds will fire, and that's off a stick. The level is
terrific.
Really high.
It's because he's so good on his skates.
Giants win the ozone face-off. Joe Iginla from the far boards, and it's
Iginla and TJ Iginla. I'm so embarrassed. Anyway, here we go.
It's fighting for the puck in front of the net is Olsen. I believe he's drawn a penalty.
Trying, and not enough doing. I mean, they're trying to make something happen. All right, you still got time. I mean, if you can get that puck down the ice right here with 25 seconds left, you could get a shot on goal.
Here's Giroir entering the offensive zone, thrown along by Oreskovic from left to right. Chorney waiting on the near boards. McCloskey across for Oreskovic. Now McCloskey, high slot, shot slowed down in front. A backhander from Charco is covered. Down to the corner by Kuzma. And now Chorney behind his own net. Leaves it in the corner. Lifted up and out by McCloskey. Thrown back into the Vancouver zone. Red Deer changing. Giants forwards are starting a change of their own. Middlestead is back for the puck. Out from behind his own net. Up the far wing. Stepping up there on Morelli was DeWitt. Coming away with the puck though, Pura. And he can't get it deep in the Red Deer zone. Hamilton will play it back. Yelawaga across for Chichkin. Steps up to center. Lofts it into the far corner. Sopiar's wrapped up there by Skok. Thrown around for the corner up to Chichkin to the blue line. Shot blocked by Iginla. Sharp behind his own net. And given away. A low shot stopped by Pine. Joe Iginla in his own zone. Will cut back with it behind his own net to get us away from some pressure. Under 6 to go in this third. Sharp lost the puck in his own zone, but Skok gets it back. Off the boards and out. Giants give it right back to Red Deer.
And watch the 1-2-2. Exactly what. You're not going to get two guys.
Play. The Giants back to the Freedom Mobile penalty kill. Something they did kill off not long ago in the third, and they do start by chipping it out to center ice. That was Olsen forcing it out. Middlestead lost his stick on the dump in from DeWitt. Skok trying to hammer it all the way around, and it will just deflect out. Oreskovic with a try shorthanded down the left wing with Olsen. And Middlestead now forced to back off. Giants thought about an odd man rush. Now it'll be Hamilton through neutral ice. Slows up on the near boards. Tried to throw it to the net, misfired. Or it didn't hit the target. Sopiars gets away from Olsen to Hamilton. And that's blocked by Middlestead. That stung him. Hamilton gets it back. Top of the left circle. Middlestead has no stick. Hamilton now to the right side. Across to Yelawaga. To the blue line, Lisi. Yelawaga, top of the left circle. That's blocked by Middlestead. Off his shin pad with no stick. Lisi again, high slot. To his left for Yelawaga. He'll move in, fires into the glove. Power play for another minute and 7 seconds. They win the faceoff. Yelawaga on the left side. Works down the boards. Back to Lisi. Swings it across to the right side. Brigley a low one and just missed Varga on the deflection. Yelawaga retrieves it. Back to Lisi. Far side, Brigley on the half wall. Back to Lisi. A low shot off the pad. It's loose in front. Varga across. It's behind Brigley. He'll race back to the line to keep it alive. Lisi. Left side. Yelawaga with some room. A wrist shot off of Pine's stick behind the net. Varga looking for it. Trying to keep it alive. Sharp stays with him. But Varga's able to get it to the corner. Yelawaga back down low for Varga. Yelawaga. Left side boards. Back to Lisi at the blue line. Blocked in front by Sharp. And trying to spring Iginla the other way. Short-handed. One hand on his stick. He spins and gets a low shot off stick save. Condro. Good chance for McGinley shorthanded. McSwain. Now Varga down the far wing, and he'll just chip it in and go off to the bench.
Time now for our Aura National Market 3-star selection for this afternoon's hockey game. Third star had an assist tonight on the game-winning goal from Red Deer, the Rebels, number 14, Calder Varga. Tonight's second star, member of your Vancouver Giants, scored his 10th goal of the season tonight, number 12, Brett Olson. And the first star of the hockey game tonight, he scored the game winner for the Rebels at the 6:51 mark of period number 3. Number 7, Nate Yalawaga. Yalawaga, Olson, Varga, the 3 stars presentation of Aura National Market in that order. Thank you so much for joining us here at the LEC this afternoon.